let's start with the obvious. I'm French, so I know that Node plus French doesn't equal doesn't equal how I can say it, have a good reputation. But I want to let you know that, as many of you before, I get wrecked as well by Ring. I lost more than $30,000 in it. So basically, I'm like one of you guys. And that's why I launched Prometheus, because I wanted to have a protocol who provide DeFi as a service and who will not wreck us. Basically, I trust myself I trust the how I can say it, the huge impact of trust that I have towards DeFi have been really huge after this. So because that interview is that AMA is recorded, if you do not want to invest in Prometheus based on the sole fact that the CEO is French, I will completely understand it. And myself and the team will do our best to convince you that we are not a Ring number 2. And for the full disclaimer, in fact, none of the member of the team belongs to the Ring team. We are from the IFC protocol, who get hacked beginning of December 2021. So we are not, we do not belong to Ring anyway. So I don't know you, you don't know me, but I'm gonna introduce myself, speak a little bit about me first. Then I'm gonna explain you why we are different, and after I'm gonna answer to your questions. So first, I have been an entrepreneur since I'm 21 years old. Currently, I'm 30 years old. So I start my career in Hong Kong. I arrived in Hong Kong at 21 years old by chance, let's say. I was seeking for adventure. And then I found a job. And after 1 year as an employee, at 22, I built my first company. And then I built many other companies. Currently, we have one office in London, one office in Switzerland, and another office in Singapore. So my approach towards Prometheus really comes from my philosophy on how I see business and how it should be done, basically. So it's a short summary about me, my career. So basically, I'm a businessman, and I tend to treat Prometheus with the same professionalism that I had and still have for my companies as well. So I deeply respect my investor for my companies that I have in the real world, and I will treat you as the same as my investor, with deeply respect. And I would like that you see me as a person who can be held accountable towards you. That's why I, the CEO, will host most of the AMA, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, to give you total transparency about what happened, what we want to do, and how we are going to do it. So next topic, let's speak about the goal of Prometheus. Why Prometheus, and why not another node project? So first things, we do not see other nodes protocol as a competitor. Competition is healthy. We do not see them as competitor. We see them as potential partners, and basically that's it. So there is no need to, I prefer to be clear, there is no need for the Prometheus community to flood, to shield the Prometheus protocol. I would like that our community interact peacefully and cordially with the other with other protocol nodes community, basically. So why Prometheus? Prometheus, we start to design it with two thoughts in mind. The first thought was sustainability. So I know now it's a fancy word, that marketing word, that everybody say we are sustainable and we give like 5% reward, 5% reward a day, which make me laugh, by the way, but never mind. So sustainability, but not any kind of sustainability. What's really matter, in fact, it's not the sustainability from a point of view of reward distribution, because as a protocol, we mint token and we basically distribute them. So it's quite easy to maintain the reward distribution sustainability. The kind of sustainability we are looking for, it's price sustainability. And I will explain why. Most of the people who invest in node protocol, they are looking for passive income. I love passive income. You probably love passive income. Everybody loves passive income. But the passive income that the nodes provide to you are made in native tokens. You cannot pay your rent with Strong, for example, Thor, or PHI. You cannot pay your rent, your bills, your taxes with those tokens. So in order to do that, you need to sell those tokens in stablecoin and then send them to Binance, for example, and get some fiat money. So considering that most of the people on here forget extra money in the real world, we have to put a few, how can I say it? A few designing the protocol to achieve that price sustainability. So there is, for example, the decay. The decay is gonna give you less and less reward every day. Yes. So you can be like, oh yeah, it gives me a less and less reward every day. So you can think that we give less and less money every day. In fact, it's quite the opposite. People have less and less reward every day. They're gonna sell the token less and less, which is kind of neutralize part of the selling pressure and allow the price action of the token, PHI. Basically, if you bought, for example, now a just node, which is like $2.3 thousand at the current market price, and it's gonna give you one token, let's say at the beginning 1% a day. If that price token, if the PHI token price go to $45, $46 for the exact, you're gonna basically not have 1% on ROI for your investment. You're gonna get 2% because the price, the valuation of the native token that you receive is double. Such as your time for get break even with a just node, it's 123 days for be precise, I think. If the token price double, you divide that break even time by 2. So we are really looking for price increase in order to give to our investor the best return, rather than to multiply the quantity of token that we give every day to our investor. This is how we see it, for example. So there is another sustainability price mechanism, which I deeply care about. It's the investment treasury. So in a system, a protocol for get sustainable in terms of price and in terms of longevity have to be profitable. Every time you create a node, 15% of the 50% of the value of the node that you create go towards the investment treasury. That investment treasury will be invest, as the name says it, and will bring us return. What's really interesting is that it's the community who are gonna vote for it, because I deeply believe in collective intelligence. I deeply believe in that. So if there is good investment, it's because the community collectively we choose it wisely. And if it's an investment put on bad, which can happen, then it's going to be the community as well. We are not going to basically take your money and choose where we put it. This is something that I don't want. And I prefer to see us like, how I can say it, like a decentralized VC, venture capital. So because DeFi is so big, so huge, so complex that it's impossible for a human being to manage all of that amount of information. We have only 24 hours in a day. Only 24 hours in a day. So it's impossible for even for the team. We are like 5 to 8 people in the team. It's impossible for even for the team to be full time researching the best deal, the best opportunity for us. By leveraging crowdsourcing the investment opportunities, we will be able to be the first on the best deal. And this is how we are gonna reach some alphas for the investment treasury, basically. Every decision gonna go through a vote via a token. The name is gPHI, and it's gonna be done on snapshot. Currently, it's still under development. I expect that features to come out next week. So it's one of the So this is the vision. The vision is really to have collective intelligence in order to be the first and get the best deal. By leveraging also our investments, we are gonna get also better ROI. I give you a quick example. Everybody speak about strong nodes now, but strong nodes have an issue that they may or may not in the future fix, which is the gas fee. So the gas fee, basically, you get, let's say, one strong node. It costs 5,000. It's gonna bring you something like same 1% a day. And currently, the strong token, the value is, let's say, for make it simple, $500. So in the end of the month, you're gonna get $1,500. But you have to deduct the cost for create the nodes, the cost for claim the rewards, the cost for swap the rewards, the cost for send the rewards to Binance or another centralized exchange. So that 1,500 suddenly become maybe 1,200, $1,100. So you lost, let's say, 30% of return on invest every single month. But if, as a community, we go to strong block and we want to make, let's say, 50 nodes, we want to make 50 nodes. We are going to still have to pay for the fees, but the amount of reward that we're going to get every day, every week, every month, going to be so huge compared to the gas fee that the return on invest is going to increase. You can check on the doc, on the technical documentation on the website. I've made a quick simulation, and if you're a single individual, your return on investment for strong, if you're just alone, with the gas fee, you're going to lose maybe between 25 to 35% of return on invest. If we do it together, we are going to only lose 10%. And because the amount of reward that we get daily is bigger, we can take profit more often compared to if you are alone and take your profit only one time a month. So this is one of the interests of Prometheus. And you will be able to choose that. You will be able to choose where the money goes, how it's go, and in a total transparency. Again, I repeat myself. I want that everything is clear like water for all of us. For all of us. So basically, it's a short summary on what is Prometheus, what we are going to do short term, and now what we are going to do for the midterm. In the midterm, we want to also be a protocol who do node as a service, like real node, like strong block or Thor. But currently there is an issue. It's about the provider of the nodes. We have the choice to work either with Google or AWS, which is the Amazon Web Service, and to use Web 2.0 companies in order to maintain the Web 3.0. It's kind of a nonsense. It's really a nonsense because basically, if we create Web 3.0, it's for avoid or to work with all that kind of companies. So currently, it's something that we are currently we are how can I say it? Currently we are looking for other option, more decentralized option. And once we found that, we are going to implement the node as a service as well. So now I guess it's the time for the AMA. Basically, you have two options. Either you can use your mic for come to speak with me, or I can read your question directly on the chat. So, first question, is it possible to compound my reward to make new nodes and not pay the sale tax? So, yes, it's possible. Just claim it and node again. That's all, simple as that. When I claim, will I lose any of the current node I have? No, of course, you will not. You have your node for life. Also, there is a cap how many node that you can have. Okay, there is no maximum node that you can have right now. And if the community want to put a limit on it, the community can launch a vote about that matter. And then it's up to us, I mean us as a community, to choose if there is a maximum amount of node that we can have or not. Can a faucet for slow release of token to another be considered in the future to release the tax burden on the investor? So right now there is no faucet. It's not an option that we are looking for. You have to understand that the tax burden, what you call tax burden, is in fact is just how I can say a circuit breaker. It's here for protect the price. It's just here for protect the price, basically. Because I believe in collective intelligence, but there is one thing I do not believe, it's collective selfishness. We are all individual. I'm not communist. I don't believe in communism. So I don't believe in collective selfishness. If an investor want to sell his PHI when the price is really low, then he do it. He basically do it at the expense of the other investor. So if he don't have a short-term vision, then good for him. Good for him. But there is a tax penalty for that, basically. If you believe in Prometheus in the long term, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait that it's go up again. And anyway, that tax, it's not lost money will go directly in my pocket. It's money we use to invest. You have to understand that we use the investment treasury. Part of the profit from the investment treasury gonna be used for buyback of the token in order to maintain that price sustainability. So if we give more not PHI than the profit that the investment treasury can produce, then of course the price of the token gonna go down, of course, because we have inflation of the supply. available. So in order to correct that, compensate it, the cell tax, the floating cell tax, is here for that. It's not something made for penalize you, for hurt you, or for steal your money. It's really like one of the core features of price sustainability. Otherwise, because we all know how it's go. One big people start to sell, another one start to sell, and then it's snowball. The sale going to snowball again and again and again. And it's really put at risk all the investment from the community when you put your money on the protocol. So yeah, the sell tax is something healthy. And I just want to say everybody's concerned, me included, by the sell tax. Everybody's concerned. Everybody's concerned. Everybody gonna pay it. That's all. So I wonder why there is no intermediate nodes between 1 and 25. I mean, for example, 10 PHI nodes for people who haven't a lot of money. So it's a good question. Why not a 10 PHI nodes? The answer is quite simple. So what I'm gonna say for that topic, for that matters, it's not a financial advice. Do your own research, but the one token nodes, it's here in a way for neutralize the daily decay, no matter which node that you have. And even if you do not have too much money, you can still have one node. So of course there is a bigger decay for sure, but still you can afford that node. And if we make, so for example, when I said to neutralize the decay, for example, you have one just node. It's gonna give you some token. If you compound into one Apollo nodes every day, then your just node gonna cancel the decay on the just node gonna be cancelled. Why? The return that you get from your Apollo node, it's gonna cover the loss of reward that you have every day, basically. So actually, we do not plan to make an intermediary node of 10 tokens, but if it's something that the community wants, the community will get. Okay, so pretty big topic. How much is the treasury worth now? So actually, the treasury is around $110,000 that we still currently have in BNB. We are gonna swap it in BUSD for keep the value of the treasury first. And we're going to start to invest as soon as the DAO token is online and that we can start to vote. Once there is a change to the next generation nodes, can it go back to original node size? So yeah, there is a feature that we have, it's node generation. For example, let's say the PHI price is $100. The just node become really expensive for the 99% of the people on that earth. It's become really expensive. So in order to still offer affordability and to let everybody come to Prometheus Protocol, we are gonna divide the cost per node by a factor. Can be 2, can be 1.5, can be anything. And we are still gonna keep that ratio between the cost and the reward, which is 1% plus decay. So once we change to a new generation node, we cannot go back. What is the expected date for gPHI allocation? So we expect, I check it today with the CTO, we expect it to be released by the end of next week. So as soon as it's released, we are gonna make a vote, start the first investment. I understand we will have governance vote for investment, but who will decide which options to present to the community? Do we have a team of specialists for investment strategy? So, two questions. So who will decide where we put the money? Everybody. Everybody will be able to make a vote. Everybody, basically. Do we have a team of specialists for investment strategy? Currently, yes and no. I'm a farmer myself. Currently managing a portfolio of $250,000. I start with 20K 8 months ago. So I spend most of my days to search for the new farming opportunities. Not too much DGen stuff, by the way. I play kind of safe. But the goal of Prometheus is also to attract into the community specialists in Ethereum network, specialists in AVAX, specialists in Harmony, specialists in Phantom, and to identify these specialists and to basically recruit them in a way or another, either as a freelancing, either as consultant, either as advisor, to present us all the opportunities that we can see, that they can see, and that they can bring to the community. In the roadmap, NFT is mentioned for Q2 2022. Are they related to Node as NFT? If yes, why not start it now, as we can see the success of UNIV? So, are they related to Node as NFT? I'm not gonna give you too much insight about that topic. But there is one thing that I want to be clear. We are not into the new shiny object syndrome. It's not because something worked for 1 week, 2 weeks, that we are gonna try to make it. We are currently focused on two things, which is price sustainability, investment, and to launch as soon as possible, Node as a service. So as soon as these two objectives are complete, we are gonna go to the next topic of the roadmap. And if at that time project like Universe, the token is UNIV, prove to be sustainable, that the business model is interesting, that it creates real value, then it's maybe something that we are going to work technically if the community wants it, once again. We prefer to do less shiny stuff, but we can stay for years, basically. What other strategies planned to attract new people apart from the influencer marketing? So I like the topic about marketing. So basically, I prefer to have a growth who is not exponential, for plenty of reasons. First, but because we are not gonna at first doing like mass market marketing operation. Why? Because it's gonna be a surprise, but we do not want to have a community full of degen apes, basically. We already have seen how it's go for Wonderland, for example, the shitstorm that they take for some reason that I'm not gonna speak about. And Wonderland was a beauty, and still was, but is still a beautiful project. But the beauty of Wonderland was really at the beginning, when you had a really small hardcore believer member into the community, and this is what makes Wonderland the most effective Olympus DAO fork. And we want to recreate it. So in terms of marketing, how we want to attract people, We are still going to work with influencer, either from YouTube or from Twitter, but under a few conditions. So for give you an example, I have a list of 1.2 thousand Twitter slash Telegram slash YouTube influencer, and we examine each one of them to check two things: if the community can be a good match with the project, or if in the what they have promoted in the past. We do not want to work with people who spend their time to promote shitcoin, to promote scams, to promote project who turns bad for one reason or another. So we really choose diligently who we work with. So of course, it's not gonna be your favorite influencer, mainstream influencer, maybe, because we really want to create a small and strong community. In so next question. In Q3, we will cross chain with AVAX and FTM. Can you please elaborate? Also, are there any other planned utilities coming to help with sustainability? Sorry. So why we want to be cross-chain? Because basically we want to be everywhere. So first we choose the Binance Smart Chain for one reason. It's like because of NFTs, crypto going mainstream. And it's just a matter of time that DeFi gonna be mainstream as well, for many economical factors such as inflation, for example. So in which blockchain these people gonna come? For example, I think about my mother, who is like 60 years old, and I was like, her, if she go to the crypto world, by which centralized exchange she's gonna choose? She's gonna go. Of course, she's gonna go on Binance because they are like a marketing machine. So the most of the mainstream people, I believe, will arrive on Binance Smart Chain. And we want to, by offering DeFi as a service, we want to attract and to be in the first place to attract this new kind of investor, basically. And why going cross-chain on AVAX and FTM? So in Prometheus, we sell DeFi as a service, but most above all that we sell, it's an ideology of collective intelligence. And most of the people in the blockchain crypto world, they are in the same in that same mentality. So because people are really decentralized blockchain believer, there is no way for them to put one penny on a project on the Binance Smart Chain. I know it because I have a few friends who are successful thanks to crypto, but for them there is no way that they put or invest in, even 1 single cent on a project who is on BSC. So basically, once we are going to be cross-chain, it's to attract all of that kind of people as well. And concerning the sustainability is made by the decay, which give you less and less reward, but normally, technically, the investment go almost, let's say, exponentially. Why? We give less and less reward, but the treasury receive more and more money because of the investment, and we compound them. So basically, one day or another, the investment treasury gonna make much more money, have a much more higher return on invest than the protocol distributes in terms of PHI. Can you please explain the decay process? So the decay, I already explained it, but I'm gonna say it again. So basically, the decay is based per epoch, which is an epoch equal something like 8 hours. and you have in a year something like 1095 epoch, if I'm not mistaken. So the idea is not to, let's say, screw with you or screw the investor with the decay. It's really to reduce the selling pressure. And that allow the price of the token to go up and up and up. Because basically why people go into a node project, as I told you before, most of us, we go there for passive income. And most of the people are like, okay, how much, let's say, for example, just node I need to quit my job. So if there is no decay, these people are gonna come and say, okay, I need, for example, 10 just node. So I'm gonna drop my 25,000. And these people gonna sell and sell and sell every day their reward, and it's okay, in order to get an income. So if we have 1 people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people who want to do that, it's all right. But if you have, for example, 100 whales who do it, and we have hundreds of nodes, and who spend their time to dump and dump and dump and dump, the longevity of the protocol gonna get shortened every day, every day. So basically, the decay, it's here not for give you less and less token by pure pleasure. It's really here for raise the price of the token, and that allow you to get a quicker return on invest, basically. Any proof that not running. So we don't do yet node as a service. But as soon as we offer node as a service, we want to find a way to show that those nodes really exist. Why MC is so high? Why hold so many tokens? So basically, why the market MC? It's a market cap. So why the market cap is so high? First, I want to say that market cap doesn't really matter. What makes the real value of a token is the amount of liquidity that the protocol owns. And concerning why the market cap is so high, it's because we don't want to be like Strong, for example. Currently, Strong block have, if I recall it good, more than 265,000 nodes every day. The total Strong in circulation, the total Strong, the total supply of Strong circulating become less and less. Why? Because people forget their seed phrase and their password, because people lose it, burn it, or whatsoever. So the Strong block is highly successful, have more than 10,000 new nodes every day. And one day, if you don't have enough supply, there is one day that you cannot make your daily reward distribution. So that's why we prefer to have more token on the contract that we keep, and we keep it there to give us some space for the future, basically. Right, the marketing. So basically, the marketing already starts. As I said before, we really choose with who we want to work with. We don't want to work with anybody. We are not here to not to, let's say, be a mass market, but to first create a solid and strong community, and then at that time we are going to do a mass market. So basically, I hope it's answer your question. What's your goal price for gPHI in the next month? Honestly, for the next month, I expect gPHI to be between $50 to $100 to $150 up to $100. You think that you can be the next Strong block? What do Strong and what we do, it's slightly different because we offer DeFi as a service. and we will offer Node as a service as well. But mostly, to be the next strong block, it's not up to me to decide it. It's up to the market to decide it. But we have the potential for that. Technically, we have the potential. The CTO is a real world-class dev, and technically, yeah, we can. Hello, Mr. Legrandville.
Yes, that will be me. You pronounce my name quite really good, actually. That people don't really know how to pronounce my name, but then again, you're French. So I expected that. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Good
I'm not
morning.
French, but my parents are from Haiti. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the country, small island, and the Northern America. So yeah, I'm from Haiti. So yes, do I speak French? Yes, I do speak French as well. Uh, uh, First thing first, I was very shocked when you said you was French, because I had my fair share with Ring, and they were French. I applaud you for actually disclosing that information to your investors, such as myself, because I own some nodes from your DeFi protocol as well. Now, the disclosing that information will, gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna be quiet upfront with you. That's gonna create an impact on this project, man. How do you plan to repair that?
Because we do, let's say, a slow start. We do a small launch with not so much marketing. We just start the marketing just a little bit. So basically, all the people who don't want to invest in a protocol where the CEO is French, they will not do it. People will do not feel trapped on the project. So they will be like, okay, that guy is French, but I already invest. I feel fucked, basically. This is not going to happen because we didn't do the mass marketing. And if people don't want to invest because I'm French, then be it. It's not my concern. I think that clever people will not just stop to that only factors. I want to remind that we are my co-founder and my CTO is KYC by Azure DeFi. So I think it shows how serious we are. And as I want to remind the people, and most of the influencers that I have on the phone, they ask me that question. I just say, but guys, most of French people are like you. We get fucked as well. So, and there is also plenty of projects where you have French people who work in it. I think, for example, Stake DAO, DAO, which is based on Ethereum, a huge kind of a huge protocol. It's made by a French as well. And people don't fund that project. They are smart enough to understand that, let's say, not all French are the same, and it's just two individuals for the ring topic that we speak about. It's only two. France, it's a country of 67 million people. It's left plenty of room to find honest people, by the way. And also because I live by in the real world, I live by my reputation. And one thing that Wonderland, the drama about Wonderland show us, it's no matter who you are, if you have done bad thing in the past, one day or another, it's gonna come back to you. So I'm 30 years old, basically. I still have 30 years ahead of me in my career. To fuck up my career, the next 30 years old for just what? $1, 2, 3, 4, $5 million. It's kind of stupid. It's really a bad move from a strategic point of view. So, and for people who are reluctant to invest on the project because I'm French, we are gonna prove them that we still do the job, and we do it goddamn well.
Well, I
That's all.
certainly, I got to be honest with you. I certainly look for it. I hope you guys will do that. But um, I hope you don't kick me out from this AMA or even from your Discord. But I lost so much money in Ring. I'm talking about $70,000. And for that reason, if I had known that your team or yourself, right, who's the CEO is French, I probably would have never joined your uh, um, protocol. Never. So for that reason, I need you to keep in mind, I'm already in, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to take my chance with you guys. But if I had only known, then I probably would have actually never, because you guys never disclosed that information. That information was only disclosed to your investors only after you guys started getting threat from of your investors as well that find out that you guys were using some rings technology, and he started threatening you guys, and you guys decided not to pay him off, and you put it public for anyone can see it. So my questions to you is, why wait so long to disclose that information? Why not disclose that information up front?
Because so I want to assure you, we are not gonna kick you because you have some concern. They are totally understandable. So your first question. So why we didn't disclose directly? First thing, we had a previous project. The name was InfinityCash. So there is a Medium article about it. At that time, I was just an advisor, marketing advisor for the project, and it was kind of community project. And because with that close friend invest on, family invest on, and because we get wrecked because of the hack, we choose to launch Prometheus, but the IFC InfinityCash team put me as a CEO because I'm the guy with the bigger experience. So we didn't expect at the moment of the launch or for the following days, we didn't expect to have let's say overseas investor. We didn't expect it at all. So
Bless
it
you.
was so thank you. So that's why we didn't discuss it yet. In terms of sorry, and what was your second question?
Okay, why waited so long to
Uh,
share
so
the other investors who was pretty much like threatening you guys to just, you
yeah.
waited, you
So
waited only
yeah,
after he, go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, no. Sorry. And so we most of our actual investor know it because they are come from the previous project. Most of them. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't disclose it because at that time it wasn't relevant. That's why now, before we start to do the marketing, I want to say it officially. Yes, I'm French, and basically that's why, because really we wanted to do a small launch between communities, and after we disclose it. That's all. I don't know how you find us basically, but we didn't expect to have, as I said, overseas investor because of that reason.
And what will happen with this investors who, what happened to him? Did you guys like remove him? Is he no longer a part of the investors that invested in your company? I mean, what happened to him? Because he said, I read the entire thread, and he wants some
Mm-hmm.
B&B and some kind of compensation from you guys. What happened to him?
I'm not aware of who you speak to. With about who you speak. There is a thread. If someone can send me a link or something similar, I will be happy to
Okay, I hope
have it.
I'm not sure why you're not aware of this, but I hope your team will share this with you. All right. So my second torque is, right?
Maybe you speak about the Eben user, the Eben investor.
Yes, that's the one. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so he's not basically he's not a previous investor from the previous project. So we didn't use some ring technology. All of our smart contracts are made from scratch. In fact, you can even compare them on the BSC scan, by the way. And if I recall good, our front-end developer use an open source library for the UX. And I think, and honestly, I have to admit it's a bit a long shot from Eben's side. That a single pop-up show that we are ring. So he threatened us. I prefer to take the first move because there is no way that we are gonna give $40,000 to a guy for that single reason. There is no way. And he's proved that like we are ring. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I saw the picture and I even didn't delete it on Twitter. Like this, everybody can see it. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, is there any plan for you guys to get or to be audited?
Yes. So
Okay.
basically, we are currently audited by a cybersecurity company named Pegasi. And as soon as we asked a few quotation from Certic and PeckShield in order to get audited. And as soon as we can do the audit with Certic or PeckShield, we will do it.
How many guys currently on the team?
Between 5 to 8.
And it's just you that are docs, or everyone else is docs?
So basically, I'm not docs, but I can be if it's by Azure DeFi, there is no issue. My co-founder is docs, and the CTO is docs as well.
You know, if as you are the CEO, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you do know if you decided, right, to dox yourself and your entire team, that will change the entire view of the community. You know that, right? That will change our view. Completely change it.
At that time, it's something that we didn't felt necessary. But if the community asks it, the community gonna get it.
Well, I don't want to speak for the community, but I'm speaking for myself, right? But I'm pretty sure they're probably feeling the same way that I do. The fact that Ring leaders was French and you guys are French, although you guys are completely different from them, you know, not knowing who you guys are, if you don't want to dox yourself, that's a problem for us as a community. And if you do that, you just dox yourself and your entire team, that may change our view on this project. But as of right now, I have to be honest with you, man. I'm very, very skeptical. And I don't know. I created 5 nodes at the highest tier, and I bought them at $11. Although your price is up right now, but I'm still shaking right now. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Not really. So for be sure, for the terms that we use, when you mean docs, it's towards like a company like Azure DeFi, or it's
Yes.
like publicly.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Yes.
Towards Azure DeFi, yeah, there is no issue. This is something that we can do it, and we can do it as such. If it's help you to make you feel more comfortable, I will do it.
It will just not make me feel comfortable, but the entire community as well. Because guys, I'm not rich or anything. I work hard for for my money. You know, losing that amount of money from Ring, was a really bad experience for me. And I'm recovering slowly, but hopefully I will make it one day. So I love the nodes system. I love how they operate. It's pretty much passive income. whatever they claim it's for life, but we all know it's not gonna last for life. But if this thing lasts a year or 2 years, I'll be happy. You understand? I'll be happy. So
Of course.
all I'm asking is, like, hey. But that's it for me, guys. I don't know if anyone else want to jump in and ask questions, but I'm okay. That's it for me. And one last
I
thing,
will.
you can expect, right? Because although I admire your courage, you disclose that information. You are French, but you can expect a price drop today. It may happen.
Yeah. So and we are okay with it. Better to make the, let's say, paper hand left the boat before we set sails.
I agree.
So I'm kind of I'm kind of okay with it. You see.
All right. Thank you for your
And
time.
we are gonna make a vote. I'm gonna check if it's possible to do it on Discord or on Telegram. But we're gonna make a vote. And if the community say yes, 23, you have to be doxxed, then I will do it. Once
You know,
again, I just want
as a
to
leader,
remind
go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
no, sorry, I interrupt you. I just want to remind everybody that okay, the Americans people can be highly skeptical towards the French crypto community. There is no issue with it. But as a French, we really know what happened and how it's happened, because these two people behind Ring. So I don't speak about Darius. I speak about the people behind. Um, they promote, not so actively, but in a subtle way, to their own community, the Ring project. The French cryptosphere is really, really small. So when there is a new project, almost everybody in the cryptosphere who is active at least 3 times a day on Twitter know what happened. And most of the French people get really, really fucked as well. I personally lose my more than 30 grand, less than you still, but 30 grand as well. I work hard for my money. In fact, I work more than 100 hours a week, because I run through 3 companies on 2 different continents. So 30 more than 30 grand. It's not like penny for me.
No, certainly
And
not.
we are all in the same boat, and that's why we choose to continue. And also, uh, maybe I'm not supposed to say it, but by making Prometheus successful, I want to clear the name of the French people as well, because I spent only like 18 years in France. I'm 30 years old. Most of my adult life I spent it in Asia, and to clean the honor of my country is really something important for me.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. And allow me to actually suggest that as a leader, you are the CEO of the company. If you really want to make things right, if your intentions are really, really good, you can start just by doxing yourself and your entire team. You don't really need a vote to the community, because you already know that we all going to vote yes. If you take it upon yourself and said, you know what, guys, this guy's right. Bad experience with Ring. They're all from French. We are gonna dox ourselves. That's gonna change our entire view. You don't really need our votes for that decision. It's the right thing to do. The right thing. If your intentions are good and you know you're doing this you for not to rob or scam people, then doxing yourself and your team shouldn't be a problem. That's the way I feel about it.
Then I will do it. I will contact DeFi as soon as that AMA is finished.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. And again, I'm hoping you don't block me or delete me from your
No, we will
Discord,
not.
or I,
Not
I,
at all.
I hopefully you don't do that. But I just wanted to share my piece, because I just didn't feel good about the whole Ring situation. But thank you. I'm not saying you guys are the same, and hopefully you're not. I'm hoping you guys are not. I'm already an investor. I'm gonna stay. I'm not even claiming yet. I want to compound until I'm up to at least 20 or 30 one of your highest tier nodes so I can start claiming. I that's set for me. So I don't know if anyone else want to come in and start asking questions, but I'm done. Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your time and for your honesty. I prefer to, honestly, don't be afraid. I will personally oversee that nobody kick you, ban you, or mute you in any way whatsoever, because that kind of feedback is really important for me. I always prefer people who show me what I have done wrong than people who always compliment me for what I have done right. If you do something right, you know why it's right, but when you do something wrong, it's better to have another point of view on why you fucked up. So thank you for your input. It's really very valuable for me.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, how are you, man? Hey, I just want to say I appreciate everything that you've been saying, especially about the French stuff. You know, Ring was definitely a big hit for a lot of people, and you know, we're glad that you are you know, speaking about that in the beginning, because I'm sure a lot of people who are into nodes, one way or another, were somehow either heard about it or were in it. You know. Oh, so my question was just that aside from the current nodes that exist, the 4 nodes that are available, will there be
Yeah.
more nodes coming out? Well, like, what are the future plans in the next 6 months? Like, what's, because I'm fairly new to the node investment community as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ring was definitely my first bad taste in my mouth. So I know that I believe in the concept, and I believe that it will work. I know Strong Nodes is doing well, and a bunch of other nodes, and you know, I definitely took a risk, but a vote of confidence to get into this Prometheus Protocol. A friend of mine told me about it, so I just want to kind of know, like, you know, what you guys are projecting in the coming months or days or weeks, just so I have an idea. Because I'm also part of a large crypto community investment group, and you know, they're all eyeing Prometheus, and I don't think any of them are actually in here. We're mostly on Telegram, so this way I can kind of go back and you know, explain to everybody what's going on,
Okay.
that they can trust it and stuff like that.
Okay. So from the short-term point of view, we're gonna have new features who's gonna come, which is the bonds, or what we call the OTC transaction. In order to maintain the price sustainability of the protocol, we need to balance, to make kind of a perfect match between the return on invest of the investment treasury and the daily rewards that we give in order to maintain the price. Otherwise, it's going to be what? Money printing. So this is the difference between like a Ponzi scheme and us. Us, every time we try that, every time we create reward to back that towards an investment and a result of that investment. So basically, right now, and I can tell you because the CTO just confirmed it to me. The bonds system, it's already finished. After that IMA, I'm gonna do some crash tests with him to make that out as soon as possible. And in the coming days after, it's gonna be the gPHI, which is a governance token. So this is a really like immediate new features who's gonna come out. And regarding what's come midterm, we have a roadmap with already published on the documentation. So if I make a short summary of it, what we plan is to, as soon as we finish the short-term features for the DeFi as a service business, we are gonna directly do the node as a service. So for make it simpler, something similar to Strungblock and Thor. So the protocol gonna offer 2 kind of service as well. This is really what I want to do in the short term, and also including also the audit by certic, which is quite expensive, by the way.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Last question before I leave is,
Yeah.
you know, it's a simple question, I believe, but as the price goes up for the Prometheus token, PHI token, obviously the
Yeah.
rewards increase, right? So do you guys project this type of token? And I don't know if it's sustainability or what I'm asking question for, but would you see this token going in the future, like, with the market cap rising to, like, past $100, stuff like that? Like, is that like something that you guys are projecting, and is
Yes.
some sort of goal for
Yes.
the project?
Yeah. It's one of our midterm goal to have a token with trading above $100. And it's not I just want to correct one thing. It's not because that the price go up that we are gonna increase the daily rewards. In fact, the daily rewards still get decreased, and
Right.
what's gonna decrease as well as the price of the token going up. It's the floating sell tax.
Got it. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for your input. Thanks for your time as well. Hello,
Right.
Brian.
Right. Okay. I was part of the InfinityCash thing, which you mentioned before. I'm sorry, I come in a bit late, actually, about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm not saying I've mentioned. It's more technical sort of side now, because I witnessed the actual, because it wasn't a rug pull, it was a technical problem with a development within the actual protocol itself. And what happened, obviously, has it been explained to the community at all what happened in InfinityCash first?
It has been explained to the InfinityCash community as well, and also to the Prometheus community as well. We have made a Medium article who speak about that. The IFC token is also present in the documentation, and it's explained basically why that token exists. So for be a little bit more specific about what happened there, I want to be clear. The technical, the devs of the IFC project are totally different from the Prometheus project. Totally.
That's not what I'm going to go on about, actually. It's not on that sort of side. The biggest problem you had was you weren't able to shut down the leak straight away, and it's not even on Infinity's problem, because there's been other protocols and other exchanges, for instance. Was it crypto just lately just got hacked and a massive amount of money extracted? It's like, what mechanisms have you got in there to protect the community's money within your actual protocol?
For Prometheus, I'm gonna enter in a bit in depth about the contracts. So basically, we use what we call proxy contracts. So what we learn with IFC, and because I get wrecked also by some hack, not specifically for AutoShark.finance as well, who get hacked in November 2021. It's basically to put your code available to everybody. It's just a ripe invitation to the hackers. It's like, okay, you have my contract. Feel free to try hard to find a way to break it. Let's say.
Attack and take the money, basically.
Yes, exactly.
That's the goal.
So basically, us, we use what we call proxy contracts. So the code that people can see on BSC scan, it's not, let's say, the full code of the protocol, either from the token. We separate the contract of the node, the reward distribution, the investment, and the contract of the token. Everything is split. Nothing is centralized from a technical point of view. And all these contracts work all together in order to make function Prometheus. And it's also an advantage that if an auditor finds a weakness in the code, we can upgrade the contract. So basically, we can make like a patch of the code.
Or is there some sort of emergency mechanism you can actually have as well, just to stop everything straight away so it locks out people?
Yes.
That's the key mechanism that you missed last time. So.
Yeah, there is that option as well. We are not a huge fan of it. What we are going to do maybe instead is to raise the tax as well, like to 99%. That's basically making cannot sell. There is that option to freeze the contract, but basically it's a bit of too much power for us.
Yeah, but there needs to be some sort of mechanism there, because obviously, even you're talking like some of these companies, like it's like $1 billion company just got hacked. I can't remember the one at the just in the December sort of period, and it was like something like 300 million of crypto got stolen from an account within the actual protocol itself. It's a serious thing where you can't actually lock out these people to get to the funds. So.
And also in terms of safety of the funds, everything is under a multi-sig wallet with Gnosis, if I recall it good. So we are not like unhackable, but we have taken all the precautions to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I want to be precise that our CTO have a cybersecurity background as well.
Yeah, that's the key mechanism for the a lot of people don't realise that with Infinity, it was never a rug pull or anything. It was more sort of like a security issue with the issues at the time.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that happened. I mean, because like you say, people are saying Ring's been affected to him, but Ring was like based on the actual problem with them people. I mean, I was in Infinity, I've been in Ring as well, but people don't realise that being French is not a problem. It's the fact that you've been honest to us, even from when it happened with Infinity, and you've looked after the Infinity people, and you're going to look after them. And in
Yes.
hopefully having these mechanisms and learn from these mistakes, we've got a good future in this project. So.
And I want to be precise as well. That's why we took care of the IFC investor. It's because we don't want to let down anybody. We really care about our investor, about the trust that people put in us. For me, as a CEO, I really appreciate that people put their trust on me, on the project, on the community, and we will do our best to deliver.
Yeah, that's good. So, no, I mean, like I said, I've been in the Discord and everything. I like the tax mechanisms, everything and stuff like that. There is other things. I'm not certain if it was mentioned before, but like I said, there needs to be maybe an alternative sort of system for the rewards where it's a slow release, let's say, but into an alternative token and stuff like that.
For what we can do, for example, it's simple because the contract who manage the rewards, it's a smart contract. It's need a BNB for work. We can just simply take off the BNB of the reward distribution contract, and no how I can say it, no reward will be given until we fix the issue, if we found one. Yeah. It's a possibility. There is plenty of runaround that we can find without to have extreme measures such as frozen the contract. There is plenty of things that we can do to block the hackers.
Yeah, that's the key mechanism, especially with hackers. I mean, especially now with the crypto, it's just becoming such a big problem, isn't it? So, especially, I mean, they can blame anyone they want, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of scoundrels in this market at the moment. So.
And there is also extra feature that we tend to develop from a back office point of view that I will not speak about for security reasons, such as, for example, on-chain monitoring for abnormalities in terms of activity. Like, for example, if someone managed to claim 10,000 token gPHI, we are working on some automated measure for that. Okay, so another written question. Will your nodes be real nodes like Strong? We want to do node as a service as well. Regarding if our node's going to be real like Strong or not, it's up to the community to decide. Did we want to separate the activity of DeFi as a service and node as a service? Or did we want to make both of it, to fusion both of them? Once again, it's up to the community to decide. It's not to me. We are just here to make your wish come true, basically, regarding Prometheus, nothing else.
All right, cool. I just want to say, this is my first node protocol that I'm investing in. hearing some of the stories and stuff like that with Ring. I'm not aware of what happened with that, but I mean, I'm aware a little bit now, just listening now. But I just want to say I like the transparency that you're coming with. I appreciate it. And the hack, I wasn't aware of the project that got hacked, but seems like you guys are trying to improve on that. Get some things in place to kind of, I mean, everything can get hacked, but having protocols in place to kind of help alleviate that, I appreciate that. But like I said, I'm kind of green to this. This is my first node protocol. So my question is simple. The decay process for the nodes,
Yeah.
is that decay only for a year? Like after a year, will that decay process end for the nodes?
No, the decay gonna stop after 1 year. Once you create your node, from the creation date of your node. So
Okay,
if you
so
create a node today, the decay gonna stop the 1st February 2023. And then after, the amount of the reward that you're gonna receive will be the same.
okay, so say I have a Kratos node. So I'm getting decay process for a year. After a year, will I be getting, I think it says 25% of a Prometheus. So that's what I'll be getting after the decay process is over, 25% of it.
Regarding the specific number, we are gonna publish more information on the documentation. Right now, I don't have the number at hand or in my mind, but we are gonna publish specific numbers publicly regarding that. And if I recall good, you can still try to use the calculator present who is under the app, who can give you the amount either in USD or either in PHI on how much you're gonna receive after a year, if I recall it good. No, there is no second year. Okay, I'm gonna ask to the front end dev to do the patch. Thank you for the input.
Okay. And looking on the dashboard also, I see there's like, I guess, 5.1 million in circulating supply.
Yeah.
And I guess a 21 million in total supply. So I guess a total of 25, 26. So that 21 million, is that locked up, or that's
So the 21 million, so the 21 million numbers is the total amount of PHI created at the moment of the launch, 21 million. The remaining circulating supply, it's what can be sell or bought. Actually, all of that circulating supply is held onto the PHI contract.
okay.
It's all there. So it's not gonna be gonna get dumped. The team have supply as well. We just want it to be in a contract who give us a small percentage every day for 1 year. I don't want that the team gets, myself included, too much token for avoid any suspicion or whatsoever. I want us to be fully transparent. Actually, even still after 2 weeks after the launch, nobody touched any tokens, anybody, as far as I'm concerned. And if some team member own some PHI, it's because they bought it on the market. That's all.
Okay.
And as soon as that contract will hold the team supply and the marketing supply is not finished, what the team should have in terms of supply will stay on the contract. And you can check by yourself on the BSC scan that the biggest holder actually, it's what we call a debt wallet. When you make the subtraction between 21 million less 6 or 7 million of circulating supply, the difference of that we burn it already at launch.
Okay, cool. All right, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Keep it up, man, and we just gotta hold and be patient. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you very much for having me back as well. Just a quick
No
questions
problem.
here that I have. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you. All right. For those of us like myself, I want to compound. That's what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
right now. I'm not gonna like claim my rewards or anything like that because I want to get to at least 20 to 30 Zeus before I can start claiming. Right. Will
Mhm.
the rewards apply to me or that won't apply to me?
What do you
I'm
mean?
sorry. The decay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The decay apply to everybody. So we are not in the optics of um, shift to delete the decay. If you want to compound, maybe the best bet, and once again, it's not a financial advice. Do your own research and mathematics. In my humble opinion, the best bet to have if you want to compound is to hold your token. And once we release the second node generation, so it's gonna get cheaper from token spend token buying point of view. Then you will be able to compound because it's gonna play on the decay side. There is, if you check on the documentation on chapter number 4, subchapter 7, you have you have a little kind of Excel spreadsheet who explain it. And based on that data, I can say that they are accurate. You can run your own simulation to see what is the best strategy for you. But for me, in my humble opinion, this is what I personally do. I do not advise it. I keep my reward by waiting the new node generation coming.
Okay. All right. How much money you guys have in the treasury?
Around $110,000, if I recall correctly.
$110,000?
Yes, and none of them have been touched. We just take a bit for run some tests for the multi-signature wallet, but most of it are still on the treasury contract.
Okay. What are your plans for the treasury money there? What are you guys going to invest it in other protocol?
So yeah, personally, I invest on other protocol, especially on Ethereum. I really like Ethereum, but even with my portfolio, I cannot currently afford the gas fee like I would like to. So I'm more on Harmony, for example, but it's not the question. So yeah, we are interested in other protocol. The possibility to invest for the treasury is infinite. I mean, sky is the limit. I have I follow, for example, all the metaverse trend things, and all about the metaverse land on Decentraland, for example. You can purchase land. If you purchase land, you can make buildings. If you make buildings, you can make some rent. We can use the treasury, for example, in order to purchase land, to make buildings, and to rent some metaverse apartments and get paid in ETH, for example. This is something that we can do. If there is someone with a proven track record on NFT, on flipping NFT, and who is approved by the community, we can have a part of the treasury for do NFT flipping as well. There is plenty of things. We can invest in Strongblock. We can invest in many things. It's not up to me. It's not up
That's
to
what I
us as
was
a
going to
team.
actually. That's what I was going
It's
to
up to the
suggest.
community.
I totally agree. Why not use part of the treasury money, invest that in like strong block, because they are like
So
the Godfather,
yeah,
right? And then you can use
yeah,
that for buybacks. That will help. That will help
yeah.
the coin.
So we could have done that, but in terms of transparency and legitimacy from the investor point of view, it's not good as long as it's not go through a vote.
Okay.
It's not because there is money in the treasury that it's my money or the team money. It's your money basically. That's we invest not for you, but where you want your money to be put. Basically, this is what we do, and also it's a bit of a long shot from my side, but with all the future regulation coming and DeFi and everything, I do not want to take risk to manage the money of other people. It's the job of a hedge fund, of a family office, of a private bank investment. It's not my job. Us as a team, we just want to be the guy who do the things for the community. That's all. The community is the brain, and us, we are just the arm and the legs. That's all. This is
That sounds good. All right. And my last questions will be: how often
Yeah.
will you have an AMA with the investors, with the community?
Of course. In terms of transparency standard, I want to have the same transparency as the traditional finance world, such as, for example, independent audits about the investment treasury and so on, and also to do 2 or 3 times a month an AMA to keep you updated, to be in front of you, to tell you what we have done, what we are going to do, and how we are going to do it, basically. I want it to be fully transparent, and I don't want to do like one AMA a month, because in order to be a great project, we need the feedback of the community. So we need to stay in touch quite often, in fact, the community and the team.
That sounds good to me. Thank you for your time once again.
You're welcome,
I'm
Mr. Lebron.
I'm done. Thank you.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to thank you for all your efforts, and especially when it comes to transparency. I'd like to remind some of the audience that I'm French, and also French bleed when projects go down, so we also suffer from it. My questions is related to the Elrond ecosystem, especially the DEX Maya, and I would like to know if you plan to invest some of the community money on this technology, those protocols. And that's my first question. And my second question is.
Malak, wait. I'm gonna answer to your first question regarding all the investment, no matter if it's on Maya, Strong Block, or whatsoever, is gonna go through a vote. And our job, especially my job as a CEO, it's gonna make run some numbers to see the risk, the reward, if it's interesting or not, to give my data publicly, and after it's up to the community to decide. Once again, it's not up to us.
Okay, great. Thanks for your answer. And my second question is, do you plan to make your protocol available on the Elrond Network? And if so, will it be decided through a vote or anything?
Yes. Everything towards the evolution of the protocol will go through a vote, except, for example, what we already announced in the roadmap, because we consider that, okay, we show you publicly the roadmap. If you buy some PHI, it means that you are already agreed on it. If you didn't buy, it means you are not agreed on it. But everything with outside the roadmap and with about evolution of the protocol will have to go through a vote. Because I want that all the decision, all the evolution is legitimate towards the community. Okay, then Graham, another, okay.
Yeah. I just thought about it actually. Just come to me because I remember on some other places they've had problems with sickness actually in the work team and stuff like that. So, what's your contingencies for the team that you've got to deal with some things such as obviously having this amazing virus that we've got going around the world at the moment, and you know, the things happen unfortunately. So, I mean, what's the plan on that?
What is my plan in terms of team management? If someone is sick or not?
Well, it's not just one person. You imagine the whole team gets COVID, for instance, and you have to separate and stuff like that, and maybe you're all sick really bad. I mean, how does the project continue?
So technically, statistically, it's quite unlikely that everybody is sick in the same time. For the good reason that we are all in different countries, most of us, and most of the crucial part of the project. I have my if I fall sick, I have someone who can replace me.
Got crossover
CTO,
basically in the business, yeah? Is that what you're saying?
What?
Got crossover, we call it. So
yeah.
That's the key point is making sure you've got crossover, because if you get sick, someone can fill your place temporarily for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we are kind of a huge team compared to the size of the project. It's because since the beginning, if someone is sick, there is another one for take the place. And really, if a lot of people in the team are sick, I will technically use my employee in my other company to hold what's need to be held.
Yeah, you're not going to do an Adele on us, are you? So,
no.
Right. No, it's a key point, unfortunately, especially with the current conditions in the world. I mean, it's one of the things, unfortunately, it's affecting everyone, and it's affected a lot of businesses. I mean, I've seen a few of these projects where devs have gone down sick and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, true. I know what you mean, because in my companies, we had the same issue as well. And that's why most of the people I work with now, my staff or the Prometheus team, we work at home, and we do our best to avoid any contamination from the flu-19.
Yeah, because especially at the moment, I mean, are you actually physically in France at the moment?
Not at all. I haven't been in France since 2013, to be precise.
Right, okay, so you're out of that country. Right, okay. No, yeah, because I understand that obviously France is in a big mess at the moment, so it's just...
Yeah, no, so not worry. Most of the team don't live in France.
No, that's good. It's just a key point, because obviously, you know, you got key workers within any sort of group and stuff like that, and if someone goes and drops out, you know, you need to make sure that the wheel's still turning, we say, so that there's no more problems. So
no worry. For me, right now I'm in Asia. Some team member come from Eastern Europe, and we have a few guys in South America as well.
Right. Okay. So you're all over the place. So
yeah.
No, it's key. I mean, I've worked with internationals as well, so I appreciate it. I mean, for me, it's just like I've got businesses myself, and staffing is one of the biggest problems you always get. And if you don't have crossover, systems can collapse. And it's being prepared for that. Yeah. That's the key point. Is making sure that you're ready for anything. Because it sounds to me today you've got a cough, and you're like, well, is this guy okay? So.
Yeah. Even if I cough, I'm okay. Just too much cigar. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but like I say, looking after your health and that is the key point as well. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're making decisions and stuff with people's money, or not making decisions, but being part of the community and stuff, and sort of being the head of it. I mean, it's key that you look after your own health as well. So.
Of course, do not worry. I don't have any risky activity, and for people who know me in real life, they know that I don't go outside oftenly. Most of my time is spent at my office.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that clears up a lot of things. Thank you.
Okay, then I guess it's a finish. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust, and see you maybe next week, or yeah, maybe see you next week. So for that AMA, I think it's gonna be published on YouTube as well, like this for all the members of the community who haven't listened to it. You will be able to listen to it in YouTube. Then I say also good night because it's already midnight for me. Have a good day and take care. Bye.